In 1944, the Allies gained dominance of the skies, but constant bombing of key production centers, refineries and supply lines caused serious logistical problems, putting the Luftwaffe in serious difficulty. To counter Allied air superiority, General Galland argued for increased production of Messerschmitt Me-262s, but their production was costly and time-consuming, with engines often having to be rebuilt after only 10 hours of flight. Marshal Göring opposed this by arguing the need for Germany to have an effective and inexpensive jet, to be built from non-strategic and easily replaceable materials, giving rise to the concept of disposable fighters. Göring prevailed, issuing a competition that was won by Heinkel. Thus was born the He-162, eventually known as the Salamander or Spatz, one of the least conventional aircraft of the war, with a sleek and aggressive, very modern appearance. It had the BMW engine mounted at the top of the fuselage and a tail split in two to allow the jet exhaust to pass through. Also, unlike most conventional fighters, its wings were mounted high on the fuselage and ended in two downward-facing surfaces to improve maneuverability. The nose and tail were made of wood, all held together by glue, so as to limit the consumption of strategic materials, such as aluminum, which had become rare in the latter part of the Second War in Germany. During the first tests there were problems with the glue. A structural failure of the wings caused the death of the pilot, and forcing the designers to use a new glue. It was one of the fastest of the jet fighters of the war, with a BMW 03 engine, and a top speed of 850 km per hour. Outstanding, too, was the climb rate of 4,600 feet per minute compared with only 3,500 feet per minute for the Mustangs. Scarce was the range of about 38 minutes. It had outstanding maneuverability. Designed was to be easy to fly. It was very sensitive because of the fuselage-mounted engine, something that untrained pilots could not handle. They entered service in January 1945. In less than a month 13 planes were lost, most of them to structural failures and engine malfunctions. At the end of the war, dozens of He-162s were packed up and taken away to America, Britain and the Soviet Union, where they underwent extensive testing and evaluation. For the French it was their first jet plane. They considered it a beautiful aircraft. Despite problems with engine reliability, they found it an easy plane to fly, and good performance, but it was a plane with which one had to be extremely careful, because it did not tolerate sudden turns and violent maneuvers. In conclusion, the Salamander was a good plane, born as a weapon of desperation, produced too quickly to be properly tuned, and in too small numbers to be instrumental to the defense of the German skies.